welcome to my live stream. Welcome to Norwegian Aqua. So I'm on the press launch of Norwegian Aqua. No regular passengers on here. This is before she's done a normal sailing, which is very, very interesting. So I'm in Lisbon at the moment. We weren't supposed to still be in Lisbon right now, but there's been some terrible, terrible weather. So we are staying here for a couple of days and changing our itinerary. So that's always good fun, good fun. So yes, I have been on Norwegian Prima, the sister ship to this one before. So it's very interesting for me to see, what is the same, what has changed. It feels very similar to me. I know, Dennis, you saw in the description, I accidentally called it Prima instead of Aqua, but yes, because it does seem very similar to me, but it is so nice to be here. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined me. If you do have a question, and you can start it with question, just like Kevin says here, that really helps me to pick them out, and I will do my best to answer as many as I can. So the first question is, what is your biggest surprise on your adventure? So we were not sure, honestly, that the ship was going to be able to dock yesterday. The weather was really bad. The port of Lisbon was closed. So that's not good when you're trying to get on the ship. But thankfully, she did manage to get in. We all got on sort of dinner time instead of we were supposed to be on, late afternoon. But it all worked out in the end. And thankfully, the ship did manage to get in. But yeah, I imagine it's very stressful for, the cruise line plans this for 3 years and then it cannot dock. And everyone on here is, journalists, travel agents, content creators like me. So yeah. Thomas says, love the cabin. Me too. My cabin that I had on Prima, I've always said that's my favorite cabin that I've ever had. And this one is exactly the same as far as I can tell. I don't really see any differences and I like it just as much. So that's good. There's lots and lots of little drawers for things, which is good. I know it's small things like that, but I like it. If it's practical, I like it. Is the bed comfy? Yes, I slept for 10 hours last night. 10 hours. I was expecting us to have bad weather, so I do have a seasickness patch on, but we haven't sailed and we're not sailing away until tomorrow. So that was a bit of a waste, but hey ho. Stephen says, how is the ship looking? She looks amazing. She is amazing. It's really interesting for me because I've got to be honest, I actively avoid doing the first cruises from a new cruise ship. I don't really do the inaugurals because, they're still settling in. They're still trying to work out where things should go. Not always everything is finished. So it's something I normally don't do, but I have not had any of those problems on here. Everything is finished as far as I can tell. So that's really good. And yeah, she looks amazing. It's a design that I really like personally. I think it suits me quite nicely. Obviously, everyone has different taste, but I like it. I like it for sure. Have you had a chance to say hi to Tony? Yeah, I've been with Tony most of the day. Tony's on here and Sherry's on here too. Doug's on here. So that's really, really cool. But yeah, I had a breakfast with Tony. I did the Aqua Coaster this afternoon, which was something quite interesting. It's basically, it's like if a roller coaster took hold of a water slide and it took you up the hills and fired you into the tube. That's what it's like. But it has been raining so much, so they keep having to stop start and stuff like that. The slide can go in the rain, it's a water slide, it's fine, but there's a lot more to it than that. Does the pool deck really feel bigger than Viva or Prima? Kind of hard to say at this point because I've only ever walked by it in the rain to get out of the rain. We haven't had pool parties or anything up there like that right now. Emma says, I spy the Hudson packing cubes. Good spot, Emma. Thank you very much. Yes, I put it there so someone would spot it because I need to remind myself to tell you that these are available now. Okay, so I put the link in the description. We have very, very few. This is a very small batch. I don't plan on it making another batch ever. So if you do want them, I have another one down here. We have a travel bundle with the packing cubes. There's a little fold-up bag in there, laundry bag, travel wallet, everything. Thanks for reminding me. So the link's in the description. Yes. Excited to be on board on Tuesday, says Emma. Yeah, I will see you here, Emma. So that'd be super, super cool. Very exciting. Yeah, so the pool deck, I mean, I don't think I can really answer that one yet. When I was on Prima, we were in Bermuda. So it was a very, very different kind of cruise from this one. But I haven't had any problems for sure. Yeah, if you can keep your question just as short as possible, I think it's just easier for me. So I'd really appreciate it because I don't want to stop and sort of read. So if you can keep it as short as possible, I will do my best to answer them. Liam says, would you say the ship is an improvement on Prima and Viva? It's slightly bigger. It's about 10% bigger. So A lot of the places are just a bit bigger. But apart from that, it's very, very similar to Prima, very similar to Viva. You know, that's why I keep calling it Prima by mistake, just because I'm used to being on Prima. Does it have a new ship smell? Yes, really does. It really has a new ship smell. Yeah, it does. In a good way though. It doesn't smell like a new car. I don't really like new car smell, but it does smell new. Like I don't know if anyone, well, maybe someone stayed in this cabin before. They might not. Like I might be the first person to actually stay here, which is very cool. Are the drinks expensive on NCL? Depends what you're comparing them to. If you compare them to, you know, Royal Caribbean or any sort of other American cruise line, that's the same price. If you're looking at, you know, P&O cruises, the drinks tend to be a bit cheaper on the British cruise lines, then they're more expensive on NCL. But it's pretty standard. Like nothing surprises me really about the drinks. I think every time I get a Coke Zero, it's $3.50. That's what I'm used to. Can you move so we can see the captains hanging on your lamp? They're everywhere here. There's two there. There's one on my bed. There's two over here as well. Everywhere. Question, bathtub. No bathtub. I wish. No bathtub. Sad times. How long is this cruise, says David? So I'm on it's sort of it's not really a proper cruise because no one can book it, so it's a bit weird. But I'm on the first section, which seems to be mostly German and American people, and then I'm on the UK section, which my travel agent Emma is on. So yeah, you know, kind of a bit of both for me. But yeah, this is not a cruise you can book. The first cruise you can book is the transatlantic. There's some really good prices for the transatlantic, to be fair. You could do cheapest inside cabin. I saw £800, which is really good. So yeah. Is the thermal lounge still under the gym? I haven't been in there yet. I don't know. I guess so. I think things are still in the same place. I haven't heard that it's moved anyway. Do you have any P&O cruises planned? I do not. I kind of feel like I've completed most of P&O. There's one ship that I've not been on yet, but I've been on Iona twice. I've been on Arvia. I've been on Britannia. I've been on Ventura. Yeah, I've almost completed them. Almost completed it. It's just Azura I've not done yet. So no plans to anytime soon. That looks like a pretty big cabin. Yeah, it actually is a pretty big cabin. I don't know if you've seen this ship, but it's sort of like this, and then at the back it goes out. And I'm in the out bit. So my cabin it has all the normal things that you have in the cabin, but it's just slightly stretched out. So there's more rooms for, I don't know what you're going to do with the extra floor space, but you know, if you want to dance or something, there's more room in this cabin. What would you recommend for a first-time cruise? There's 1,000 answers, and 999 of them will probably be wrong for you, Christopher. So it's really hard to answer a question like that. It depends on who you are, what you like, where you want to go. Sometimes I'm tempted just to answer a random cruise, but it would be wrong for so many people, so I don't do that. But I do on my website compare all the cruise lines. If you go in, put your email address in, that will send that to you. And then, yeah, I think the best thing to do really is if you can watch videos, you'll see I like it. I absolutely don't like it. I don't mind either way. I just want you to know quickly. So yeah, more generally with first-time cruises, I would normally say around 7 days, which I think is pretty good. But apart from that, there's no, well, maybe don't do like a 6-week-long cruise as your first cruise, and maybe don't do the Arctic Circle in winter like I have, or the transatlantic in January. But you know, you can't go too wrong with the Caribbean cruise, Mediterranean cruise, Norway cruise, that kind of stuff. The Aqua Coaster post on Instagram was so cool. Thank you so much. I don't know if I can show it on the live stream. Let's try. But I have an Insta360 camera, which it edits out its own stick, so it looks like I don't have a stick there. But the lights in there were so cool. So this is me going on there. You can see it. You can see the reflection of your own computer there. But cool, right? It's so cool. I look so small. But yeah, this is the Aqua Coaster. It's like a mix between a roller coaster and a water slide. Free, you know, is in the cruise fare and everything like that. Yeah, cool. I think that looks awesome. Oh, I will go to your website for advice. Thank you. You're very welcome. There's hundreds and hundreds of articles on there, and I never don't agree with myself, I think. I mean, some things change, but my thoughts on things tend to stay the same. I see things sometimes. I started my website in 2016. So it's a long time ago. A lot of things have changed, but I still, you know, I still agree with myself, even when I see a terrible, terrible post. Who looks after your pets when you travel? Very lucky, my family do. the world revolves around the pets. So, oh, thank you for letting me live vicariously through you. You are very welcome. This is a really interesting one for me because I don't normally do sort of pre-launch cruises. I don't normally book the first ones. I'll normally wait sort of 6 months or a year until things have settled in. But this is before it's even gone on its first sailing. So I always tend to create sort of a story video when I go on a cruise. And this is going to be, you know, normally I don't book early cruises for these reasons. This one I did, you know, this is a press one. How is that different from a normal cruise? It's interesting. PS Cruise Globe is cool. Thank you very much. We've had amazing numbers of cruises entered, amazing feedback. We're almost or possibly at 20,000 users on the Cruise Globe already, which is incredible. So yeah, it's our free to use website, thecruiseglobe.com. You can add on all your cruises and it is the route the ship took. So I'm interested to see with this cruise, not so much for the cruise that I'm on, we haven't sailed yet, but the one before mine, it was trying to come into Lisbon and then it couldn't, trying to come into Lisbon and it couldn't. So that's going to be quite funny. When will we get Emma on NCL YouTube again soon? Yeah, so from this cruise. So I'm on here to create one video for Norwegian's YouTube channel. And then on mine, I'll create my normal, I'm going to do cabin and also like my normal sort of story. So yeah, hopefully not that long, couple of months maybe. Takes me quite a while to edit and write, but hopefully soon. Yeah, it's so nice to go on those videos and to see just people say Emma sent me, and like it's really sweet, really sweet. Do you know what routes this cruise ship will be on? So she's going across and doing, I think she's out of New York for a while, the Caribbean, definitely the US, and then she's going to come back, as far as I know, to Europe. I hope so. Are you obligated to attend any events or meetings when you get invited to a pre-cruise? This is exactly the sort of thing that I want to cover in that video. So everyone kind of is in a different group on here. Like I'm in the content creator group, creating content, but there'll be a group that is, you know, there's a lot of German travel agents on here. So they might be doing something in this venue. So this venue is closed. We have like the time that I went on the slide, you're not normally allowed to film on those slides. You're not allowed to take cameras down them. But because we were in the content creator group, they picked a time slot when we could do that with the cameras. So things like that, I'm not obligated. I don't have to go, but it's very much in my interest that they're trying to make things easy, because it wouldn't be the same. If I couldn't show you that video down the slide, it wouldn't be as good. People don't follow me around. No, I mean, everyone is working on here. That's something that's quite nice is, you know, I normally try and make sure I don't show people's faces in videos, and I try and be, you know, film from behind if there's a big crowd. But on here, there's signs everywhere, filming in progress. When you came on this cruise, you're saying I'm okay with being filmed because everyone is filming. Like not just content creators like me, but they have proper, you know, big camera TV crews and stuff, which is super cool. How many people can go on the ship? So it is about 3,500 capacity, which is a fair size ship. Ships do get a lot bigger than that, but they also get a lot smaller than that. It does feel like quite a big ship. I think because they do have the smaller venue, there's more of them. There's more choice than there might be on another ship with the same amount of people on it. But it's not full on here for this cruise, for sure. I don't know how many people are on here. Please say hello to Doug. I will. Doug has been fantastic. He was filming Sherry and me when we went on the coaster today. So that was really cool. So nice. Just tuned in. Are you in a suite? No, I'm in a balcony cabin. It is a slightly longer balcony cabin. So there's a bit more space, which would be nice if you do have, you know, someone sleeping on the sofa bed or something like that. But this is the design that you have, sort of sofa, bed, bathroom is my favorite design. The shower door, I'll have to just show you in the video because I can't really take you in there because I'll lose the internet maybe, but it sort of swings out the way on the side wall. So it's not in the room where you have to get changed. That makes sense? Hope so. Love your hair and enjoy the cruise. This is my hair having been on the Aqua coaster and then wash my hair and then it's dried like this. So this is what it is. Yeah, I see Kevin talking about my 360. Yeah, so I took the 360 camera. I don't know if I have it here. Yeah, here's my Insta360 camera on a stick, and it edits out its own stick. So it's very clever. I put the link to it in the description if you want this one, because you get a free something if you click on the link. So But it's very clever. You'll see that in every single video that I make. People always ask me, oh, how do you get a drone on a cruise ship? I have no idea. I don't get drones on cruise ships. I just use that. Have you done many back-to-back cruises? I've never done a back-to-back cruise. So no, never ever. What was your dinner last night? I went to both Indulge and the Local last night. So we did have dinner planned in one of the specialty restaurants, but some people were still getting on, 6 beyond dinner time, people were still boarding because, we were delayed because of the weather. So I went to Indulge first, and then I went to the Local, which sums me up nicely. That's what I've done on every Norwegian cruise since my first cruise when I was 11. I used to love that. Different names and things, but similar idea. Where is your Pepsi? It's in Lisbon. There's no Pepsi on this ship that I can find. It is Coke Zero, which is fine. But I had a Pepsi in the terminal, so I know they're right out there. This is squash, of course. Squash. What is your favorite part of Aqua, says Wayne? Indulge food hall. No question about it. I was in there within about 2 minutes of getting on board the ship. It's kind of like a casual venue, but it's not a buffet. You don't go up and get your own food. You sit down, every single table there's an iPad, you just order, and it just comes to you within a couple of minutes because they're always making them, they're always fresh. So I like that because I like to sometimes, you can order from different places together. You can say, oh, I want this this Mexican thing, I want the meat from this one, and I want this dessert, and it will all come together. So it's quite cool. Please don't forget to hit the like button. Yeah, if you can, that would be much appreciated. Just a nice nice sign for YouTube. Whoever bet on it being squash was right. Yeah, I always have squash. Are there new shows on this ship? Yeah, there's some that I recognize, and there's some new ones. They do have the Fleetwood Mac show, which I saw on board Prima. Very good show, very small venue. And when I was on that cruise, I was like, they could fill the theater with this, honestly, 'cause it's really good. And on here, it's in the theater. So I think that's a really good idea. Dennis, I've been struggling with this word. This word is the name of a restaurant, and I've said it wrong every single time I've said it. But yes, I would like to go there for sure. Are there still cruise lines that allow smoking on the balcony? Yes, some of the German ones do. I think the 2E, the German one, still does. For a while, Fred Olsen did the British Cruise Line, but I think they've got rid of it. And I think that's it. So not really any of the American lines and not the British lines anymore, I don't think. Yeah. Which port are you in? So I'm in the port of Lisbon, and we boarded yesterday, and we're staying here today, and we're sailing away tomorrow. So yeah, which honestly I'm glad about, because we were supposed to go to Rotterdam, which would be fine, but we were going to have to leave early to get ahead of a storm, that kind of thing. And we can just sit here while the storm happens. I think that's much better for me, and we'll still end up in Southampton again. So I think that's all good. All good. Oh, glad to see a live stream since I'm usually working. Yeah, I thought also the Wi-Fi is great. We're not moving or anything, so I know that it's going to be the same as it was before the live stream. So I thought I could come on here. Matt says you can't smoke at all. You can smoke on cruise ships. They always have smoking areas on here. There's a smoking area by the pool that I see quite a lot. They'll often have, some ships will have like a smoking area of the casino. Some have little, oh, someone is at my door. 1 second. Please bear with me. Gosh, come in. That was such a little polite knock. Come in, come in. Let's see what.
So we've been asked by the management staff here to.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna.
We heard you were going out on the internet.
Gonna tell me off or something.
Well, I think it's just instinctual that we know that when somebody goes live, that, or maybe you told us. I don't know. Maybe you told us.
I'm in the middle of a live stream.
Something. But hey, thanks for coming by. You remember where my room was?
Yeah.
If you would. Look, I've got Captain Hudson's absolutely
Oh my
everywhere.
goodness,
Everyone says, hi Tony, hey all, hey. Can you show us the ship? Kind of hard on the live stream right now, but we will. There's gonna be so much content.
Yes,
More
so
in here.
much.
There's gonna be
I
tons.
love you, and you guys haven't seen Emma's water slide content.
Oh, I
You
showed
need
the
to go.
screen.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
that
I
was
showed
amazing.
it. It was super fun.
It was so cool.
Impromptu interruption. I love it. Love it. Hey everyone. Hey.
What I didn't know about Emma, I know you guys are curious as to what we didn't know about Emma. She's an excellent bowler.
What? Not on that bowling.
You were very good at the bowling.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we went on all the little games today. We did a bit of VR, didn't we?
Here's the ship.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
There's the
I
ship.
haven't seen that one yet.
Okay, that's the model of the ship. I guess that's not what people were asking for.
They know. They know.
Crystal wants a dance break.
Dance break.
Yeah, we don't have any music.
No, we don't.
We can.
I'm not putting any
Here, I
music
got
on.
this. I got this for you.
Thank you.
Your turn to dance, Terry.
Oh no.
Here, wait, here, I'll do the lights.
Me and Hudson are gonna do a little some moves.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I'm a light DJ over here.
So, how's Aqua? Answer the question.
How's Aqua?
Yeah. Aqua.
Very
Aqua,
nice.
I say.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm going to be the first to profess it. I'm Aquaman. I'm Aquaman, okay? What does it say?
Like
Who's that
Carol
lady?
says, who's the lady? That's Sherry from Cruise Tips TV.
Sherry's our inspiration for most of what
She
we've done.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sherry started before I started. You're like the
Oh,
first
goodness.
person that I ever started watching on Cruise YouTube. And I thought that looks like fun.
I'm too
And
tall.
here we
That looks
are.
like fun.
Here we are.
So I'm Aquaman. That's what I'm saying. I
Uh-huh.
wish I would have brought an Aquaman costume. Wouldn't that have been great if we all dressed up as Aquaman? I'm Aquaman. All right, well, I'm leaving.
Oh my goodness.
I just want to say hi.
I'll see you at dinner in a bit.
Let's see you.
Yeah.
Sukhathai.
We're just crashing for a brief moment.
Sukhathai. What are you gonna have? Are you gonna have pad thai at Sukhathai?
I don't know.
Well, you're vegetarian, so you'd have to have veggie Sukhathai, veggie pad thai.
Chaos.
Ah!
Bye, Tony.
See you
I'll
later.
see you at
We
dinner.
love you, Emma.
See you at dinner.
Thank you
Bye,
for
everybody.
crashing the party.
Have a great
Bye.
live
We
stream.
love everybody.
Thanks.
She's like, thank you. That was cool. I'll see you dinner.
All right. See you later. All right. Well, I didn't expect that to happen. I thought it was going to be someone telling me off or coming to my room or something like that. That was so nice. They are lovely. But yeah, that's Sherry from Cruise Tips TV. Tony, you know Tony, Lolita Loca. I'm sure you do. Tony is killing the autofocus. Yeah, I'm just on my normal webcam, so it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. The ship does have Starlink. Yeah, the internet's pretty good. You know, I would forgive it if it wasn't good because everyone on here is working and on the internet the whole time, but it's been pretty good. Pretty good. Spontaneous. Yeah, I'm amazed I remember my cabin number, to be honest. Yes. Oh, no, the first cruise for this ship is after I get off on the 28th. It's doing a transatlantic across to, I guess, New York, Boston, someone like that. Yeah, nice. My mum says, blimey, that was a surprise. For me too. We always have random interruptions on these live streams. It might be, you know, the captain comes and does a talk or something like that. Yeah, for sure. Does the ship have a chippy? No, it doesn't have a chippy. It's a very American ship, you know. It's not like I just got off a Marella cruise and that's a very British one. You know, if you want fish and chips, great. You can get fish and chips here though, in the, you know, local places like that. But it doesn't have a chippy particularly. Can you show the room? I think I can show it a little bit. I'm plugged in. I'll unplug you. Please stay. But here is my bed. There's my suitcase. There's my comfortable chairs out there. Not the weather to be using those. But here we have my pool towel, my sofa, another bedside table. You can see my things are plugged in there because that's a USB, 2 USBs, A and C there. So that's plugged into there. And then I have, you know, my wardrobes this side. And that's about it for a cabin. But it's very nice, very comfortable. No complaints at all. Do you always get the internet package or just work offline on sea days? I used to try that, but because I'm running my business from here and I am like everything relies on me, whenever I try, sometimes I think I'm gonna have a day without internet. My whole website goes down, my travel agents can't book things, like everything is on me. So sadly, I cannot cruise without internet anymore. If I didn't have to work, I would love the break from internet. I used to really like that. But yes. I'm not sure if I can show. I really want to show you the shower. Do you want to see the shower? I don't know if the internet will work so great, but the door's super cool. Yeah, it is like a hotel room for sure, for sure. Do you have a big balcony from 1 to 10? The actual balcony is just a normal size balcony. Like there's 2 comfortable chairs out there. My cabin is a bit longer than normal, but the balcony is the same size. Have you been on Breakaway? If so, how do you rate the boat? How does it compare to Epic cruising on Breakaway in August? Yeah, so I cruised on Breakaway out of New York quite a long time ago. I've also been on Getaway, her sister, and that's one of my favorite types of ship, I think. Epic is interesting because I feel like they tried a lot of new things on Epic, and that then some of them they kept and some of them they didn't. And Epic doesn't have a sister, so I think maybe that says something about it. But yeah, no, I like Breakaway. Very happy to go on Breakaway anytime. That room is deep. It is quite long. Yeah, it's quite long. That's the thing because we are in the sticky out circle bit at the back. So that is what that is. Yeah. Oh, I recently used your recommended travel agents to book my first cruise, and they were so helpful with a billion questions. Yeah, that's exactly what travel agents are good at. So I'm so glad that you found it useful. If anyone needs a travel agent, I'm not one, but I do have ones I use and ones I recommend just on my website if you need one. Yeah. Captain Hudson. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Going to Alaska on Celebrity Edge. Have you been on that ship? Yes, I have. If you go on my channel, it's not called Celebrity Edge. It's called something like a £1 billion cruise ship or something. But it is a video about Celebrity Edge. I did that one with my mum. It was good. How did you film the slide? Do they have a camera that follows you or use a drone? Oh my goodness, I can't imagine using a drone in the slide. That would be so dangerous. But it is my camera and Insta360. I have the link in the description if you want to check it out. How does the ship compare to Prima? So I think it's pretty much exactly the same. There's some things where they've moved, all the casinos moved like out this way a bit, and they've removed things in the atrium a little bit, but mostly it's the same. Mostly it's the same. If you know one, I feel like I have a really good head start on this ship. Oh, thank you. Other people are answering my question about Insta360. Thank you very much. Would you take a cruise to the moon given the chance? How long is it going to take? If it's not going to take too long, then yes. If it'll take a long time, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, what do travel agents do exactly? I've never cruised or traveled in general. So the way I view a travel agent really is they're someone who helps you for free. So why not have their help, right? If they have I was gonna say millions of years of experience, decades of experience, they know about cruising. The thing is, obviously, if you go to a cruise line and you say you want to book a cruise, you could be the absolute worst fit for it. And the cruise line is still going to say, yep, come on, because, you know, they're not going to say, oh, maybe Cunard would be a better fit for you. Obviously not. But with the travel agent, they see what everyone's doing. They can keep an eye on deals. They can give you, you know, sometimes we get extra onboard credit or discounts and stuff like that. But it shouldn't ever cost extra to use a travel agent. So you might as well, you know, imagine this is the amount of money the cruise fare costs, and then whatever it is for travel agents. If you don't use a travel agent, the cruise line just keeps it. It's not like it gets cheaper. So you're paying for, you might as well use it. That's what I think. Do you also enjoy small ships like Celebrity Millennium Class? Are they worth trying? Yes, so I went on Celebrity Infinity last year in Greece, out of season, very cheap. Lovely. Obviously, there's less choice. You know, there's one main dining room, and on something like Edge, there's 3. But apart from that, like, it still felt like a celebrity cruise to me. I would just choose a smaller ship if I was more destination focused, and if I was maybe wanted to impress my friends or something and take them on a cruise that didn't go anywhere, then I would do a bigger ship. Yeah, for sure. Tony's in here. Hello, Tony. Who's your favorite cruise YouTuber who lives in Florida with a wife named Jenny B? Tony, I think it has to be you that's made that very specific. It is so nice to see Tony on here, though, and Sherry and Doug and other people who I know from different, you know, different journalists and stuff like that. It's really nice to catch up because normally, as Tony says, he's in Florida. I'm not in Florida. I'm from England, the south coast of England. So it's super nice. Super. But yeah, Tony went to see the show yesterday. I haven't been to see a theatre show yet, so I will have to have a look tonight. We'll probably go tonight, right? I think we have dinner together tonight, so that will be super cool. Super cool. Will we see Emma on a submarine? I don't think so. Submarine's not really my thing. What is your favorite cruise that you enjoyed the most and good for kids? Oh, tricky. That's kind of hard because the cruises I would enjoy the most are not really the ones that I would take kids on because I don't normally cruise with kids. So the ones I've done with my nieces, they're the kids who I cruise with sometimes. We've done a few P&O cruises, very cheap, you know, very just, you get what you pay for, you know what it is, P&O. And also we took them on Royal Caribbean and they really like Royal Caribbean. I think if you have kids, you can't go too wrong with Royal Caribbean. There's just stuff happening all the time. But yeah, for me, it's so interesting when it comes to cruising because some people will have complaints about a ship that suits me. It's almost a benefit for me. Like if someone says, oh, I hated that cruise ship, there's not enough smoking areas. I never smoked. Like it's not something that I notice. So different things suit different people for sure. Yeah. Oh, Erin says, love that you're on Aqua. A bartender from Joy just transferred. Oh, that was a squeaky seat. I'm sat cross-legged on this seat. That sounds like the noise that I made when I went down this slide. Like, ah. The cruise map album is still a thing, right? I might need that later this year. Yeah, absolutely, it's a thing. I'm working on my collection. I just got my one from my last Morella cruise. I've put that in there. So yeah, absolutely still a thing. We totally hear it when people say that they ran out of wall space for their cruise itinerary prints. So we do have the album. Yes, absolutely, we do. We do. Oh, I'm not a kid and I want to go on a cruise. Oh, okay, I see. You're a kid. Do a Royal Caribbean cruise then. That'll be fun. Nice hair. Yeah, this is my hair after having got wet on the slide and then grown. This is how much hair I have. How much hair I have. Would you cruise on a teetotal cruise ship if one existed, says Jamie? Yes, absolutely. That's the thing when sometimes people complain about cruises or something and they say, oh, they never had this thing I've never heard of in stock. Like, I care if there's Pepsi or Coke or, soft drinks. But yeah, I would quite enjoy that, to be honest. I'm not drinking on this one. I've got the seasickness things on, and I don't think it's wise. But also, we're not sailing yet. So we all know. Oh, Emma, the cruise map album is brilliant. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Very, very proud of it. Very proud of it. And sometimes I go to see friends and they have their one on the table, and it's just, yeah, it's just so interesting. Interesting to me. I'm a cruise nerd. Let's not pretend. Not pretend. Interesting questions. Really curious to ask, is this your full-time job? Do you do something else before? So before I worked in cruising, I worked in data development. I did a maths degree. I was coding all day. I started a website in 2016 just for a fun hobby. And I did that, evenings, weekends, every spare second of my life until 2021. And then I left that job and now I work for myself full-time. So obviously, what you see here in terms of videos and live streams is a tiny part of what I'm doing. We just launched a new site this year. I co-founded a company with two of my friends. We're writing Captain Hudson books. We have Captain Hudson packing cubes now, if anyone just joined. But yeah, I'm full-time in the cruise industry now. But yeah, these packing cubes, please, I already can feel the emails that are going to come when they've sold out and people miss them because we're all sold out of Captain Hudson version 5 now. I do have some to go with the packing cubes though. So if you do want one, that's the way you can get one. But please, just if you want one, get it now because we don't have many at all. Oh, I never cruise, but watching your videos is interesting. Thank you very much. You don't have to go on a cruise to watch my videos. You don't at all. Like, I create them for if I'm just going down the pub, meeting a friend, then we're all good. Yeah. What is the release date for the next Captain Hudson book? So we have 2 more coming out. One's about Norway and one is a Titanic, kind of Titanic related. We wanted that to be out really before the anniversary, but it's not going to be yet. It takes too much time. So it's going to be a while, How did you like your trip on Norwegian Sun? I saw your show. I thought it was very neat because I was on that ship. It was my first cruise a few years ago. Yeah, I like Norwegian Sun. She's one of the oldest Norwegian ships. She definitely, like, if you look at the colors of things, it's not like this. It's not this kind of modern design, but I liked it. We had a really good cruise on there. I have the highest loyalty status with Norwegian because I started when I was 11, so that's very handy. But I could use that for a couple of specialty meals. We had a soda package. And it was just, yeah, it was really chilled out. We had the cheapest inside cabin, which was totally fine. The only bad thing about that was that the air conditioning was right opposite the bed. So it was kind of like hitting you in the face. But, I paid well under £100 a night for that cruise. So, yeah, good. You need manual entry for cruise maps started in 1999. Yeah, so for the cruise maps, we say that 2015 is the cutoff. There's some cruises that we have data before that, but we can't say yes because that's the line when they started doing the real data. There are some, though, that we have been able to create. And at some point, on Cruise Globe at the moment, which is the website version, the free version, you can add anything from 2015. And the ones before that, you can still add for your stats because obviously you don't want to lose it from your number of cruises. But we're just going to have to sort of not make up, but like assume that you went from A to B in a normal fashion because the data doesn't exist. So you're not going to get any little loopy loops or anything on the older cruises, but there's no way it doesn't exist. So yeah. Cruises are ruined by snoring partners. Interesting. I don't have one of those, so that's not ruin my cruise. Where do I find the packing cubes? Can one of my moderators please share the link? I have put it in the description, or it is just my shop. It's emmacruisesshop.com. Yes, exciting. So yeah, the packing cubes I have here, there's also a laundry bag, a folding bag that goes sort of over the suitcase, and a travel wallet. So yeah, plenty of things. Thank you to my dad who's in here for sharing the link. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Oh, thank you. You are very welcome. Thank you. Thank you everyone for your, interest in Captain Hudson. It's so funny to me. It was not a plan when it started. It used to just be a logo that I had, and it's taken off. Love your videos. Just watching your last live or doing some housework. My question is, do you find it hard to adjust when you get home from a cruise, having to make your own food? I think I'm quite used to it now, because when I get home, I've got all these things I need to do sort of quickly. So I sort of just moved to working somewhere else. So it's not as different because I am on a cruise, but I am working when I'm on the cruise. So it doesn't feel the same as it used to when I was working a normal sort of 9 to 5. Much better, much better. But yeah, I think I get used to it. There's so many things I like about being at home. I love having a bath. I love my cat and my dog and stuff like that. So I just view that as just part of it for sure. Has Captain Hudson reached platinum status for cruising? He must have, because there's 9,000 of these in the world, I think, now in total, and they're all over the world. They're on cruises, they're going to different places on land. People share the pictures, normally in our Facebook group, which is really interesting. So yeah, he's like a mascot. Yeah, he is like a mascot, and it just wasn't the plan when that started, but it was it's worked out, right? I think I'm just waiting for the last payment for version 5, and then I can donate that to Mercy Ships, and it's probably going to bring our total closer to $150,000 raised for charity, which, for a cat, that's pretty cool. How does a soft drinks package work? Can you buy a 6-pack or only once at a time? So when you have, say on my cruise card, I have a soda package, you can only get 1 drink from the bar at a time. There's normally different cruise lines have different rules. It might be you can have another one after 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Sometimes they'll let you get 2, like on your card, but officially you just have to, every time you want a drink, go get a drink. I do though, if I'm on if they have cans particularly, I might go to the pool bar, pick up a drink, take it back to my room, that kind of thing. That's fine. But yeah, you can't just go and like stock up on them and keep them in your cabin, although that would be great. I would love that. I would love that. Ronald says, having difficulty with the cruise globe because many old ships I've been on are not recognized. It may be that they've never been added before, because there's some, we've made the list as big as we can, but there's always cruises that we don't know about. So if you email us, hello@thecruisemaps.com, we probably can add them. Depends on how old they are and if the data exists, of course. But yeah, we are gonna have a solution for pre-2015. But the data doesn't exist. And we do have, at the moment, we have 16 people working full-time on the data that does exist. So it's quite a lot. My dad says, do they still have hot chicken wings on there? Yeah, they have buffalo wings. We used to get buffalo wings on all my first Norwegian cruises, and they're the same here. They still have the little pot with the, I don't know what is in it, blue cheese or something, and then the celery. Yeah, it's still exactly the same in the local, yeah. They've changed the name many times. But I do like it, just for a burger or a hot dog or chicken wings, that kind of thing. It's pretty good. Do you use your sunrise alarm clock when you get back home from an inside cabin? I'm obsessed with mine now. I have done before. I don't always do that. I don't feel like I need to at home so much. I don't wake up when it's pitch black anymore, thankfully. What is your favorite Mediterranean port? Ooh, good question. I mean, if you look at my list on my cruise globe, I've been to Barcelona more than anywhere else in the world. So probably I'd pick Barcelona because it's very easy to fly into. The taxi is very easy. There's loads of things you can see. You can do a hop on, hop off bus and get most of it. So yeah. Jamie says, didn't think you'd like a buffalo sauce. Is it not too spicy for you? It's not normally spicy, but they normally give you the option. There's normally like a spicy one. My dad normally does that, and I'll do the mild one. So it's okay. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of spice. Do you tip over the amount the cruise line's standard daily add-on amount to your bill? So sometimes I'll leave tips for the cabin steward. I'm not a person who will order a drink and slip someone. How would I even do that? We have pound coins. Here's a pound coin. I don't do anything like that. But if we've had a nice room steward or someone, who we've interacted with a lot, then I might leave them, if we're leaving Europe and I have euros, like I'll leave them euros or dollars or anything like that. But yeah, I much prefer just leaving on the auto gratuities, That's it. You don't have to think about anything else. If you have a question, like, please feel free to answer it a couple of times. But if I haven't answered it a lot of times, it's probably because I don't know the answer. Got to be honest. If you have a question and I've not managed to answer it here, I do a podcast in my Patreon where I answer every single question. So if you really want me to do that, then Patreon is the best place to do that, because I have to think really fast on these live streams. And in the Patreon podcast, I can do some research and think, oh, I know Tony went on that, and I can look at it, which is different. How many Hudsons do you bring normally? I normally only bring one at a time, but I've got quite a lot on here because I was gonna give them to a few people, which is cool. Oh, Brad says, I get uncomfortable in large crowds. Can I still have privacy on a cruise? Yes. You would just have to avoid the things where the large crowds go to. Most cruise lines now, they don't do the traditional muster drill, which was a bit where you had to be in a crowd because everyone has to do it at the same time. Most don't do that anymore. We didn't have to do that on here. We just watched the TV, safety video, checked in at the muster station, and that was it. But there's always places on a cruise that will be, bars that are closed, that kind of thing. And quite often I'll just get a drink from another bar, from the pool bar, and then go and sit in a lounge that's closed. I don't need, no one else is there then. You can catch up on work or do whatever you want to do. So yeah, you sort of just need to have a look. You get a daily schedule every day. Here's my one for this one. And it'll say what's going on where at what time. Here. So if you just want to avoid all of the parties and stuff, you can do that for sure. I think this is such a cute little, this is really small. I like it. It's cute. It's all in the app as well though, so I don't normally look at the paper. I normally just look in the app. Was going to ask if you would consider doing a podcast, have to look up your Patreon. Yeah, it's good fun in there. Good fun. Do you, yeah, I think, I don't answer this one too much because I've answered it like a couple of times and people get bored, but there's no real massive difference. It's a bit bigger, and obviously it doesn't have go-karts. It has this aqua coaster on it. Some things are moved slightly, but apart from that, like, it feels very similar. Wandering around, I feel like I have a massive head start because I was on Prima and things are in the same place. So that's good. I just saw a comment. I don't know what it was to, but it says NCL doesn't make you sit with strangers at dinner. No, they never do that. So Norwegian's thing is really freestyle dining. When you're hungry, you go to the place and then you sit down, you eat food. That's it. That's how I like to eat. I don't want to eat particularly at said time, and I don't want to sit with strangers. Like, I don't want to. I want to eat with whoever I'm with. That's kind of my time to catch up with whoever I'm on the cruise with. So yeah. Oh, I would love to do something like a Windstar cruise for sure. Definitely. What did you think of MSC Europa? Yeah, I went on that one with my brother. I went roller skating. That was very cool. We enjoyed it. Yeah, my mum says, feeling sorry for all the people who were supposed to be leaving from the UK at Heathrow Airport today, like Fraser, massive disruption. Yes, for sure. For sure. Why is this live stream at a different time? It is not. It is 5 p.m. UK, the same in the UK and Lisbon. But I'm guessing from this comment that you're in the US or somewhere that has changed your clocks already, because we haven't changed our clocks until later, till later in the month. Do you know Tony's on there with you? Yeah, he was in this live. He was in this room literally during this live stream. So he's just gone, and I'll see him for dinner soon. Yeah, Heathrow's been in the news. Yeah, I don't have any plans to go anywhere from Heathrow anytime soon, so I think I'm fine. But yeah, a lot of cancelled flights, people trying to work out how they can move to different airports to meet their cruises and stuff like that. A lot of work. And another reason a travel agent is great, because they're the ones who sort that out, which is good. How was the food at the buffet? I've only really had from the buffet breakfast and pizza, but that was very good. It was very good pizza. So if everything else is the same, then I'll be happy. Be happy. Yeah. What a bright and lovely stateroom. It is very bright and lovely. It does feel nice. I just like how many small things there are for drawers and stuff. Like even in the bathroom, there's a drawer. That's lucky. Normally there's not a lot. Yeah, it is. I like these lights up here. I think they're really cool. Really cool. This is a Robinson squash, like the normal. Let me show you what I got. This one. This is what it is. Robinson's Mini, apple and blackcurrant. And this is from my drawer of stuff that I like so much. Oh, now I've got stuck. Can we have a Britishism? Can someone else tell me a Britishism that I've said during the live stream? and then we'll take that, because normally it's not me that comes up with them, it's everybody else, because to me they're just normal things, right? Oh, Janet's going on Aqua in November. Very nice, from Florida. Yeah. So the nice thing about this ship, what I like about Norwegian ships really, is they have a really good promenade deck. It's not like a promenade deck. It sticks out off the ship. There's loads of sun loungers and pools, and you can get food from Indulge Food Hall there and stuff like that. But in the sun, it's much nicer. So that's good. Wasn't sure what a chippy is. Oh, just a chip shop. A fish and chip shop. Chippy. I haven't seen the Sid Norman show yet, but I have seen it on Prima, and I think it's the same show. But they are moving the show, the Fleetwood Mac show that they used to do in Sid Norman's, to the theatre, which is so good. Because on Prima, everyone said this is a great show, but it's hard to get into. You have to queue up for like 45 minutes if you want a seat. In the theatre, much better, much better. Oh yeah, Ken is doing a 7-night Bermuda cruise from New York on Aqua in September. Yeah, so that's pretty much what I did on Prima. We had 3 days in Bermuda, which was really cool. Really, really cool. Which side of the Aqua coaster did you like the best? So I've only tried on one side, and I guess that's my favorite then, because I've only tried one. But whoever was on the one next to me, they came out faster than me, but they had 2 people in one, and I was by myself. So maybe you're just heavier. If you have 2 people in there, you can go faster. Would you choose to eat in the Indulge Food Hall or eat at the galley on Virgin? Which one is better? So I haven't done a Virgin cruise for a very long time. I've been in Indulge Food Hall a lot more recently. I like the concept of Indulge Food Hall because the food comes super quickly and you can just order whatever you want on a tablet. I would do everything like that if I could. So I'll have to get back and try it again on Virgin, to be honest, because I did eat things in there, but it was a bit different. It felt more like a buffet. This doesn't feel like a buffet at all. It was like a street market kind of thing. It's cool. Do you get false fire alarms on cruise ships like hotels from folks smoking in their rooms? I guess yes. I've never heard of any, and I have never been on any ship where anything like that has happened. But I guess it's easier to see what's going on. Like if the smoke alarm went off in here, someone would come here in a few seconds to see if it's a fire or if it's just me having like breaking the rules, which I would never do. Does the promenade deck circle the ship? Good for walking? I don't think I've been all the way around yet, but I think so from memory. I think so. Oh yeah, I lost myself there. The Wi-Fi's struggling a little bit, but everyone on here is working. Every single person is a journalist or a content creator and uploading videos and things. So yeah, it's got to be a struggle, I think. Do most cruise lines accommodate you if you ask to dine at your own table instead of strangers? Yeah, some are much better than others, though, I would say. I did put together very recently on my website, just go to emmacruises.com. I put a thing about table sharing, how I think it's outdated and I don't like it. And in there, we have examples of ones that very rarely do any table sharing that I haven't seen, and ones that I've had to table share on and had to move myself. Thank you to my mum for sharing the link. Yeah. I will let you know how long it takes to do a lap of the prom. It's so wet. Everything is flooded. Like, went out today and the water's just over the top of my foot. It's really not great weather here. Not great weather. Any idea when the video of Discovery 2 will be out? As I was on Legend of the Sea, says David. It's going to be a while, I think, because, well, it might not be a while, but it'll probably be after the content from this trip, I think. And I still have content from Queen Anne to come out first. And that was a long, long time ago. So I want to get that one done. Which cruise line did you use when you visited Alaska? My parents are considering their first cruise soon. So I've only done Norwegian Cruise Line Alaska cruises. One I did last year, and the other one I did for my first cruise in 2005. So they're the only ones I've done for Alaska. Norwegian's very sort of freestyle and fun, and there's loads to do and stuff like that. If you want a more sort of, you don't care about going on VR or slides or anything like that, there's a lot of Princess cruises there. There's Holland America cruises there, which are very good too. But I've only done Norwegian there. That's how I started, and I thought, if I'm going back to Alaska again, we did almost the same itinerary. I wanted to recreate for me my little one when I was 11. Yes. How do you compare Aqua with Anthem of the Seas or Virtuosa? That's a really tricky one. I wouldn't know how to answer that. I think I'd have to write down a 10,000 word blog post for that. I don't think I can answer that in a live stream. I guess this is just a question really on how would you compare Norwegian to Royal Caribbean to MSC. MSC is the easy one because they're an Italian cruise line. Everyone's speaking all different languages. People are getting on and off every day. The entertainment is quite, what's the word for where you sort of have to make up stuff, like interpretive? It's quite like that. Anthem of the Seas is, I would say, I took my nieces on there for kids and it was really good for kids. Aqua's a bit more grown up, I think, maybe a bit more sort of for teenagers, young adults, that kind of thing. But they're all good. They're all good. Yeah, I heard Captain Kate announced a new project. I can't remember what it is. One of the very fancy cruise ships, isn't it? The very expensive lines, which is a great business move for them. Very, very smart. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Thank you to other people who are answering other people's questions, by the way, because it can be quite hard to sort of see. Hopefully you can still see me. No, I'm getting off of the ship before it goes to Boston, so I will not be on the transatlantic. I'm on the pre trip. So this is completely a press trip. There are no paying passengers on here that I know of. It is, you know, people who work for Norwegian, people who work for different travel agencies, journalists, content creators like me, that kind of thing. Oh, it was Four Seasons Cruises, Four Seasons Cruise Line. Very nice. Not something I know anything about, but interesting. What is your favorite restaurant on Aqua? So I've not been there yet, but I think it is the Mexican restaurant because that is my favorite one on Prima. That's my favorite one on, I think it was on Encore. Whatever ones I've been on, that's always been my favorite. It's on here. So hopefully I have the time to go there during this cruise. Do you have any plans to go to Vietnam? I went for 1 day, 2 days. I've been a couple of times, but only on, you know, the cruise stops here for 1 day. And it was so hot. I've never felt sweat like it in my life. I wanted to burn my clothes. It was so hot, but I'd like to go back for sure. Have you had the chance to try the new Thai restaurant? I haven't, but I am going to during this cruise. So I will let you know. I will let you know. Yeah. That is true. It is tricky on a trip like this. I mean, everyone is doing their own thing. It's really nice for me not to have to worry about, you know, getting someone in a shot because everyone else is filming everything and people aren't worried about it because that's why they came on this cruise. For me, that's really nice. But there is going to be a massive amount of content. So it's sort of creating something that stands out is kind of hard. But hopefully the people who watch my videos watch them because they like me to tell them stuff. And I'm going to do that and make my normal content. So fingers crossed. Oh my God, a suite on Four Seasons is $32,000. Wow. The thing is I've been on some really expensive cruises. I've been on some really cheap cruises and there's other people there. Like people have this much money. It exists. No dinner and lunch included. What the? I'd want everything included. I'd want like for $32,000 for a cruise, I'd want someone at my house, like cleaning it while I'm away, doing some DIY. I'll take 2. Yeah, no, I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Jamie says, how authentic is the experience on a press trip? Is it better food and service? I mean, I normally avoid doing trips like this because sometimes I wonder. But also, this ship is so new, so they're still trying to work out, you know, where do we put the Coke Zero? Oh, it needs to be near Emma, that kind of thing. But this isn't a full ship for sure. So I think I'm in quite a good place because I have cruised on Prima when it is a normal cruise. So I can see, you know, when we go here and we go to Indulge Food Hall, you can sit anywhere. You can have 5 seats if you want because it's not busy. But I've also been in the same version on Prima. So in my review, obviously, I'll show what I can show here, which is good because I need to film when people aren't in the shot. But then I'm also going to talk a bit about Prima in there as well. So, yeah. At that price, I would want someone cutting up my steak. Yeah, for sure. Me too. Every single day. Whatever I want. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. We are 5 minutes from the end of this live stream. So if you have any quick fire questions, please do let me know. The main things I wanted from this live stream is I just wanted to say hi, let you know where I am, and let you ask me any questions so that when I put together all of my videos, hopefully answers all your questions. That's my aim. I wanted to tell you about the Captain Hudson packing cubes, travel bundle, that kind of thing, because they're going to sell out very, very quickly. And I don't want the comments that say I missed out. So please get them. Please, please, please. Do you consider branching out into the more luxurious side of the market? occasionally I do. You know, I've been on yachts and things. I had a penthouse suite in November. Lovely. It's not me. Like I don't think if I had all the money in the world, I'd be cruising on a yacht. It's just not something I'd spend my money on. I'd rather bring 8 friends on a cruise or something rather than do one that's 8 times as much. But it's really good to know, you know, for me, just to be able to research these things, understand what people are talking about, direct people in the right direction, you know? Yeah. Good job it's 5 minutes. The internet is struggling with those YouTubers using it. Yeah, for sure. I don't blame it. But we are dogs, so I thought that this would be better rather than trying to do it at sea. So yes. Oh, I just watched your Sapphire Princess video from 5 years ago. Love it. Going on the ship in June to Alaska. That was a long time ago. That was a really hard video to make because that was a 1-day press lunch or something. They were promoting like a new drink or something. So trying to do a whole ship tour in a day was really hard. I have cruised on quite a lot of the princess ships of the same age. So I had an idea what would happen here, what would happen there. But to film everything in a day was really, really hard. Really hard. Adam says, have you thought about making Captain Hudson magnets for the door? Or if you already have them, where should I find them? So I used to have them. I used to make them. They used to be on emmacruisesshop.com. But just the postage and making them, they were so expensive that I could not in good conscience charge that price. So I got rid of them. So yeah, now we just have, there's all kinds of T-shirts that I've designed on there. And we have, of course, the travel bundle. Yeah. So thankful to the US time change so I could make this stream. Yeah, until we change our times again in a couple of weeks and then everything goes back to normal. It's always confusing. It's always confusing. I'm in Lisbon. Yeah, I'm in Lisbon. Lisbon. It's been really strange to leave the UK where the sun is shining and then to end up where it's worse. In Lisbon, you think it would be nice, but just bad luck. It always rains when I'm in Lisbon, always. It was a very turbulent flight. I've not had much turbulence for a while, but it was fine. It was just quite like, yeah. Yeah, love Lisbon. Yeah, I really like Lisbon. Everyone seems so nice. I booked a taxi before I got here. Interestingly, in the hotel, they asked me how much I paid for the taxi because I think they have a problem with people the same way they do in New York or any like big airport, people charging too much for the taxis. So they asked me, why is it blurry? It's not blurry for me. Maybe the internet is struggling, but I'm doing my best. Nothing else I can do really. Had some good weather here. I know, I'm so jealous. So jealous. Yeah. Business suggestion: after 30 years of fam trips, work when others are not, let the others go to the silly parties and press events. Yeah, I normally do. But I wanted to be on this one. You know, I've cruised with Norwegian more than any other cruise line. I'm very flattered to be asked to come, and it's good fun. I get to see people like Tony and Sherry and other travel agents that I know. So yeah, I think I've got a good balance at the moment. I'm not going on every new ship launch. I'm not going on. I was going to go on World America. I'm not doing that anymore. So this is my only new ship launch, which is fun. But also I work all the time anyway. So at some point I'd like to, you know, this is a nice sort of break for me to hang out with friends. Yeah, great weather in Florida. Of course you are. It's so hot there. It's so hot. We're 2 hours away and it's been raining cats and dogs. Oh no. Aloha from Hawaii. Very nice. It snowed this morning. It's crazy. Apparently it is the first day of spring. Apparently. So fingers crossed things are going to get better now. But yeah, we are here. We're staying here until tomorrow, then sailing back round to Southampton. So we're going to have 2 sea days. I think that's pretty good. I can do that. But I wanted to get things done while I can, like going on the Aqua Coaster. There's so much to do. So much to do. 30 degrees in Newcastle. I'm not sure I can believe that. That's crazy. Not Celsius anyway. No. Hello from Australia. Amazing. Jamie says, not really. Can you imagine? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Going on this in July, what do you think so far? I like the ship. I'm not surprised by it because I really liked Prima. If you watch my Prima content, this is very, very similar. So I almost knew what to expect, but I like it. It suits me. I think the design suits me. I think the layout suits me. Like it suits me. So I like all the food. I love Indulge Food Hall. I wish that could go on every cruise ship. The promenade deck is so nice. I just wish that it wasn't raining so that we could enjoy it. Yeah. Fingers crossed, because in Bermuda, it was so nice out there. It was so nice. We'd have specialty meals and we'd sit out on the promenade deck. It's called the Waterfront. Really, really nice. on this cruise, though. You'll get washed away, washed away. Will you be able to tour the Haven areas? Yes, so I'm going to be in the Haven for a bit. So that's fun. That's a fun thing about a trip like this. What are the cookies like on board? I found some earlier today. I've not tasted any yet, but they look the same ones as I had on my last. How many Norwegian cruises have I done now? Like 15? Yeah. Could you splice some shots from Prima into the vid for Aqua without us noticing? Yeah, I think so, for sure. I have no problem. I don't want to do that. I want to refilm everything. But if I did forget something, the great thing is, though, if I forget something, I'll ask Tony, I'll ask Sherry. There's proper people on here with their big cameras. And there were people on here earlier flying drones around inside the ship. And I was bowling. So I'll be like a bowling background character, which is kind of cool. But yeah, there shouldn't be any shortage of content for sure, which would be so cool. So cool. Have you done Pride of America? I've not done Pride of America. I did what was called Pride of Aloha, which is Norwegian Sky. It was Norwegian Sky, then it changed its name, and then it changed it back again. So a long time ago, but I think that's a very similar kind of concept, I think. All right, yes, it is the end of the live stream. Thanks for letting me know, because I could just carry on chatting forever. But thank you so much. I'm going to head out to dinner now, and I'm not sure when the next live stream will be. So please keep your eyes peeled. I normally try and share it on Facebook and the little tab, and I send it emails when I know. So yes, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. And I will see you soon. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.